Well, another day in 2021, and it's the same kind of pattern that we have been seeing all through 2020, not only in relation to the so-called pandemic of the COVID, but also in relation to the program and the state arbiters of the program's agendas, which are continuing ever more. And I just thought, in light of this latest propaganda campaign that has again taken place, I thought I might speak about some of the material goings on that is happening, in contrast to the fabricated virtual movie fabrications, not only created but also broadcasted by the state arbiters themselves, 100%. Not only creating it, but also them who are responsible for creating it, 100%. And despite that I am being proclaimed to be the protagonist in all of these narrative storylines and virtual movie fabrications that are being broadcasted on a daily basis, I have absolutely no role or influence whatsoever in any of these propaganda campaigns and the storylines that feature. But instead, I'm the subject of the program, which this conglomerate of states and intelligence agencies use to justify the continuation of the program with. Everything that is happening in the program is being tied to the supposed what you would call it, investigation of me. That's how they probably would like to frame it. But as you well know by now, there is no investigation. There is no prosecution against me. They are endlessly persecuting me instead. And in that connection, I am, as you know, being labelled guilty for all sorts of serious criminal offences which have never been brought to my attention in any way, shape or form, and I am hardly aware of the content of those allegations of serious criminal offences. And that is obviously per design, so that I cannot dispute the state arbiters of the program. And here in Denmark, that would be the Danish state and its intelligence agency PET, who run the Danish aspect of the program. If I knew what they were illegally accusing me of to the public on a daily basis in their propaganda campaigns and in their talk radio, I could file a lawsuit for them. I don't ruin my name and reputation, and there are laws on the books as it regards to injuria, as you call them in Denmark. Basically claiming people are guilty of criminal offences without prosecuting or charging them for anything is a criminal offence according to the Danish criminal statute. So that is precisely why they do not let me know what I stand accused of in their virtual movie fabrications and endless propaganda, because there are no indictments or even charges against me officially. Instead, this conglomerate of intelligence agencies and their states are just completely running free without any hindrance or regards to the law or the human rights conventions whatsoever. So a lot of traffic here. They have no regard to any of the rules and regulations that are on the books, and instead I'm being labelled guilty through these propaganda campaigns, and they are being what you might call sandsynliggjort in Danish, or proven big time by claiming if I sell my scooter parts which I have for sale on motorboutique.co.dk or on Facebook or DBA, or where I have my sales advert. If I sell the items which I'm already selling, that somehow translate into that I'm supposedly acknowledging my guilt for these things I'm not even aware. And it's getting so preposterous that anything that I do on a daily basis is being tied together with this nonsense. So the state arbiters are claiming, if someone writes to me, I need a back tyre for a PGO, and I say yes, I have that, which you can see I have according to my sales adverts, then that somehow translates to my supposed guilt. Or if someone asks me, do you have an engine which fits on a PGO Dr. Big from 2010, then that again somehow translates according to the state arbiters and their never-ending arbitrary games, that somehow it equals me acknowledging or confessing to a crime that I don't even know, and so on and so forth. It continues with these arbitrary games which the state arbiters of the program are continuously inventing, in the same way that they are inventing all of these crimes that I have supposedly committed. It's pure fabrication and it's being made into games. So if they're just going to pick anything that I do in my completely isolated existence because of the program, then I have already extrajudicially been found guilty for crimes that I'm not even aware of. So why are they not indicting me instead of continuing these arbitrary games that are completely nonsensical year after year after year after year, and we're literally getting nowhere? And I'm still not being charged, or the state is still not filing any indictments against me, and they are obviously not going to, because they would have done it by now. So when I am being extrajudicially, that means outside of the rule of law, being not only labelled but found guilty, and the public are being continuously being coerced and subjected to these propaganda campaigns, why isn't the government just following up on their extrajudicial persecution of me and making it official, and having me convicted in a kangaroo court, while the program and its real-time communication system, that being the communication system from which the state arbiters can talk, or without sound obviously, directly to the people around me, and moreover to the people in general, why don't you just set up a court case where you can use this communication system and speak to the judge, speak to the prosecutor, and even speak to my attorney without me being able to hear any of it, and just have me set up finally in a court of law, so there is something actually that I am being charged with, no matter how fraudulent and corrupted this process is going to be. Why don't they just do it by now? What else there is there to say? You want me to be guilty? Fine, I'm guilty according to your nonsense, and I'm going to continue to sell all my scooters, engines and parts as much as the state arbiters are allowing it, because as it stands right now, they are prohibiting me from receiving thousands and thousands of krona each week and month. They're literally strangling about 90% or 95% of all my potential sales, and in that regard they are trampling all those people who wants to buy their engines, scooters and parts from me. They're trampling their rights and freedoms as they have been, as inalienable as they are supposed to be, But the government obviously and its intelligence agency obviously don't care about people and their rights. They will do anything to further their agenda, and that is exactly what they're doing with the program. They don't have any intention to stopping this. They don't have any intention to charging or prosecuting me. They're just going to continue on with all of these games and what have you. So they are getting people normalized to the fact that the state and its intelligence agencies are dictating over the people what they can do, what they need to believe, and what rights they have when it's on the whim of the state and its intelligence agencies. And that's why the program is here, this global social engineering and intelligence operation. That is what it is. They're using me and all of these bogus claims and allegations as the pretext for the program's continuation. Not only that, also existence actually, but that's the whole point of the modus operandi, and that is exactly why there is never any conclusion to any of this either. I hope that makes sense to you people out there, and just wake the fuck up.